Hello friends, welcome to my channel Botanical Studies. Today we will discuss about Corona and COVID-19. Nowadays, whole world is facing problem of COVID-19. WHO, that is World Health Organization, declared this disease as a pandemic. My purpose for making this video is to create awareness among the students regarding the Corona and COVID-19. Under the COVID-19 awareness program, I have linked one online test with this video to test the knowledge of students regarding this issue. I specially appeal the students to go through the link mentioned in the description and test yourself. First of all, we will discuss about what is Corona. Coronaviruses are a group of related viruses that cause diseases in mammals and birds. In humans, coronaviruses cause respiratory tract infections. Discovery of coronaviruses. If we look into the past, in 1930s, coronaviruses were first discovered when the domesticated chickens affected with acute respiratory infections caused by infectious bronchitis virus, that is IBV. In 1940s, two more animal coronaviruses were isolated from mouse, that is mouse hepatitis virus MHV and transmissible gastroenteritis virus TGEV. But the human coronaviruses were first discovered in the 1960s with the common cold, which were later named as human coronavirus 229E and human coronavirus OC43. In 2003, severe acute respiratory syndrome, that is SARS, had begun in the beginning of the year in Asia, and secondary cases of this syndrome found elsewhere in the world. The World Health Organization issued a press release stated that a novel coronavirus identified by the number of laboratories across the world, which was the causative agent for SARS. This virus was officially named the SARS coronavirus. More than 8,000 people were infected and about 10% were died. In September 2012, a new type of coronavirus was identified, initially called as novel coronavirus 2012 and officially named Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus. That is Mars. In 13th of October 2013, there were 124 cases of coronavirus, and out of that 52 deaths reported in Saudi Arabia. In December 2015, 2,468 cases of Mars coronavirus infection had been confirmed by laboratory tests, and a mortality rate was approximately 34%. In December 2019, a pneumonia outbreak was reported in Wuhan, China. World Health Organization named it as novel coronavirus 2019. Then later on, it was renamed as SARS coronavirus 2 by the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses. Most of these viruses involved in the serious respiratory tract infections. Taxonomy of coronavirus. The scientific name for coronavirus is Orthocoronavirini or Coronavirini. Belongs to the order Nidovirales and family of Coronaviridae with two subfamilies Coronavirini and Torovirini. Coronavirini includes 4 genus: alpha coronavirus, beta coronaviruses, gamma coronaviruses, and delta coronaviruses. There are 6 species of human coronaviruses belonging to genus alpha coronaviruses and beta coronavirus are known to the world. 4 of these coronaviruses continuously circulate in the human population and produces mild symptoms of the common cold in adults and in children. They are human coronavirus OC43, human coronavirus HKU1, human coronavirus 229E, human coronavirus NL63. While the other 2 human coronaviruses produce symptoms that are potentially severe, these are MERS coronavirus, SARS coronavirus 1 and 2, Structure of coronaviruses. Coronaviruses are large pleomorphic peripheral particles with bulbous surface projections. The average diameter of the virus particle is around 120 nanometer. The diameter of the envelope is 80 nanometer and the spikes are 20 nanometer long. The envelope of the virus in electron microscopes appear as a distinct pair of electron-dense shells. The viral envelope consists of a lipid bilayer where the membrane, envelope and spike, that is structural proteins, are anchored. A subset of coronaviruses also have a shorter spike-like surface protein called as hemagglutinin esterase. Inside the envelope, there is a nucleocapsid which is formed from multiple copies of nucleocapsid protein which are bound to the positive sense single-stranded RNA genome in a continuous beads on a string type conformation. The lipid bilayer envelope, membrane proteins and nucleocapsids protect the virus when it is outside the host cell. Coronaviruses contains a positive sense single-stranded RNA genome. The genome size for coronaviruses ranges from 26.4 to 31.7 kilobases. The genome size is one of the largest among the RNA viruses. The genome has 5' methylated cap and 3' polyadenylated tail. Etymology of coronavirus. The name coronavirus is derived from Latin word corona, meaning crown. The name was first used in 1968 by an informal group of virologists in the journal Nature to designate the new family of viruses. The name refers to the characteristic feature of viron by electron microscopy, which have a fringe of large bulbous surface projections creating an image reminiscent of a crown or a solar corona. This morphology is created by the viral spike peplomers, which are proteins on the surface of viruses. The life cycle of coronaviruses includes three major steps. First, entry of coronaviruses into the host cell. Second, replication of viruses. And last, release of virus progeny from the cell. One by one, we will discuss in details about the life cycle of coronaviruses. First, the entry of coronavirus. Infection begins when the viral spike's glycoprotein attaches to its complementary host cell receptors. After attachment, a protease of the host cell cleaves and activates the receptor-attached spike proteins, and thus the virus enters into the host cell by endocytosis. On entry into the host cell, the virus particle is uncoated and its genome enters into the cell cytoplasm. The coronavirus RNA genome has 5' methylated cap and 3' polyadenylated tail, which allows the RNA to attach to the host cell's ribosomes for translation. The host ribosomes translate the initial overlapping open reading frame of the virus genome and form a long polyprotein. The polyprotein has its own proteases which cleaves the polyprotein into multiple non-structural proteins. Replication of viruses. A number of non-structural proteins coalesces to form a multiprotein replicase transcriptase complex RTC. The main replicase transcriptase protein is the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. It is directly involved in the replication and transcription of RNA from an RNA strand. Third, release of virus from cell. The replicated positive sense genomic RNA becomes the genome of progeny virus. The mRNAs are gene transcript of the last third of the virus genome after the initial overlapping reading frame. These mRNAs are translated by the host ribosomes into the structural proteins and a number of accessory proteins. RNA translation occurs inside the endoplasmic reticulum. The viral structural protein S, E, and M moves along the secretory pathway into the Golgi intermediate compartments. There, the M protein directs most protein-protein interaction required for assembly of viruses, following its binding to the nucleocapsids. Progeny viruses are then released from the host cell by exocytosis through secretory vesicles. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a coronavirus infectious disease 2019, spreads throughout the world. Therefore, WHO declared it as pandemic disease. In December 2019, it was first reported in Wuhan, China. WHO given the name to this disease as novel coronavirus 2019, and later on it was named as SARS coronavirus 2 by the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses. On April 2020, there have been at least 1,45,000 confirmed deaths and more than 21,58,000 confirmed cases of coronaviruses are declared. Day by day, there is a huge increase in the number of corona positive cases and also the rate of mortality. World's top 5 most affected countries are United States of America, Spain, Italy, Germany, and France. Transmission of coronaviruses leads to COVID-19. Respiratory infection can be transmitted through droplets while sneezing or coughing. The World Health Organization said that droplet transmission occurs when a person have close contact with the infected person, which shows the symptoms of coughing and sneezing. Transmission also occurs by touching surfaces or objects in the immediate environment around the infected persons. Symptoms of COVID-19. The COVID-19 viruses affect different people in different ways. Most infected people will develop mild to moderate symptoms like fever, tiredness, dry cough. Some people may experience pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, and diarrhea also. On average, it takes 5 to 6 days to show the symptoms. Sometimes it can take 14 days also. Treatment of COVID-19. In case you feel your symptoms are specific to coronavirus, then the local healthcare department, that is hospital staff, advise for corona test. There are specific lab setups for conducting coronavirus tests. There are different types of coronavirus tests that can be done, like swab test, nasal aspirate, tracheal aspirate, sputum test, or blood test. A rapid test has also been started for the COVID-19, which involves taking samples from nose, throat, and lungs. This ensures a speedy and accurate diagnosis. When the tests are positive, the doctor keeps the patient in isolated ward of the hospital for further treatment with medicine and special care. Till today, there are no specific vaccine for COVID-19. Treatments are under investigations and will be tested through clinical trials. Many scientists throughout the world are engaged in making vaccines for COVID-19. Preventive measures for COVID-19. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, you should clean your hands frequently by using soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Maintain a safe distance from anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, call the medical facility in advance. Follow the direction of your local health authority. This COVID-19 pandemic has started in travel restriction and nationwide lockdowns in several countries. In India also, various steps are taken to prevent community transmission of COVID-19. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, applied home quarantine to all suspect or confirmed cases of COVID-19 which has travel history from affected regions. Our Prime Minister, Honorable Mr. Narendra Modi, declared Janta Curfew on March 22, 2020 and also announced nationwide lockdown from 24th March 2020 to 14th April 2020, and then it is extended up to 3rd of May 2020, and also advised to maintain social distance. Prime Minister Modi also insisted the people to download Arogya Setu app for awareness and help on corona. Self-care for recovered patients of COVID-19. If you feel sick, you should take rest, drink plenty of fluid, maintain a healthy diet, keep a healthy lifestyle at home, stay in a separate room from other family members. Everyone should stay active and make social contact with your beloved through phones or internet. Child need extra love and affections from adults during this situation. It is very normal to feel sad, stressed, or confused during this crisis. But talking with the people, such as your friends or family members, can help a lot. This is all about Corona and COVID-19. Finally, I request all of you to follow all the suggestions given by the government time to time. All the government officers, media, police department, health workers are doing their best to fight against this pandemic. Celebrities are also engaged in COVID-19 awareness campaigns. So we must thankful to them. Be brave and stay inside the home for your safety.